There is a millionaire in a community who come across your page, and I need you to understand right away that this is not random energy. This is somebody who notices you through mutual connection, through people you may know, through the kind of quiet social web where information travels before walls ever do. And this person has done this before by the way, like they know how to observe, they know how to study a person before moving, they know how to keep their interest private until they decide whether the pursuit is worth the risk or not. What different here is that this person is not just looking at you with basic attraction. They're consulting, checking, asking, and feeling about the energy around you before they make a move. Okay, that tells me they are very aware of timing and very aware of impression. So this is someone who may be familiar with tarot, astrology, love work, or spiritual practices in general. They maybe not be loud about it, but they respect it enough to use it when it matters. So I would not be surprised if this person has family members who are also into that world because the energy feels old, learned, and inherited somehow. And this is not a naive person. Okay, this is not a casual flirt. Okay, this is somebody who wants to know what happens if they pursue you and they do not want to step into that blindly. Okay, I'm getting European background here. I don't know, I'm getting this in my heart here that this energy is drawing here very powerfully. Okay, old world influence, private money, and a strong sense of discretion, this person maybe move in circles where status matters, where people know how to keep things hidden and where everybody is watching everybody else. They're not just attracted to your face, they're attracted to your aura, they're attracted the way you carry yourself. They feel bewitched by you. They're attracted to your confidence. They're attracted to your sex appeal. Yes, but more importantly, they're attracted to the fact that you're no begging, not begging to be seen. Okay, yeah, this is queen energy here. You are magnetic without trying, you are confident without performing, you are the kind of person that makes people pause and ask themselves whether they're actually ready for what they're looking at. And that is why this person keeps circling your energy, because when somebody sees someone like you, they do not just think attraction, they think possibility, they think risk, they think value, they think whether this person is worth the effort, worth the chase, worth the emotional investment. And for you, that means you are not dealing with ordinary attention here. This is not random thirst, this is calculated interest. And I'm hearing that they may have come across your page through people you know or through a social triple effect where your name, your pictures, your presence, or your reputation has already reached them indirectly. They didn't stumble into you the way people like to pretend. Okay, they found you because the energy was already circulating. And when somebody like this is watching, they are not looking at the surface only, they're trying to feel out of character. They want to know if you're truly as confident as you look. They want to know if you're kind, if you were sharp, if you were guarded, if you were expensive energy is human form. They want to know if pursuing you will be meaningful challenge or a waste of time. So that is the truth. Some of you are being admired by a lot more people than you realize. Okay, yes. You may not know this, or you may not even find it uh, like 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 there is something like that would ever happen to you, but this is something that is really happening. You may have a whole crowd of quiet observers around you, people who do not speak about absolutely, quiet observers around you, yes, people who do not speak actually, but absolutely notice. They see your presence, they see your style, they see your charisma, they see your power, they see what you are. You were not ordinary. Okay? Because see, you carry this like free spirited energy, adventurous, true to your nature. And honestly, some people do not know how to approach that kind of energy unless they have already checked the terrain. Okay, so that is why this millennial energy feels cautious because they are not moving impulsively. See, they're consulting, they're feeling, observing, and probably comparing possible outcomes in their head. So they want to know whether the effort will pay off. But let me be very direct. You are not a financial investment. You are not a business decision. You are a living person. So if they want to access, okay, want access to you, they will have to come correctly. But there is something that need to be very much be cleared here because see, this person is someone who acts very icy from the outside. But what is going inside of this person is a fire. Is it is on in yes, their heart or whatever they're feeling is already on fire. Maybe this person doesn't fully understand, but they all have already emotionally got invested on you. Because I'm also getting that this person may be the type who consults astrologers or spiritual readers for more than just love. They may do it for health, for business, Okay, for timing, for important decision, people with money often do not, advertise how much they rely on intuition, but they do. Yes, they even changes the characters of their letters. They include double letters in their names, all that. Maybe you have come to know across this with, celebrities. So yes, they do. And this person may be one of those people who trust energetic information more than they admit in public. They may look like a practical, grounded person, perhaps even powerful person, but underneath that, they absolutely pay attention to signs, timings, patterns, and invisible influences. And this is why the energy around you feels studied. They're not just asking, do I like this person? They're asking, what happens if I move? What does this connection do to my life? Is this person aligned with me? Are they safe? Are they valuable? Or are a match for me? Because see why they are actually trying to gather all this information, because they see the future with you and they want to make it happen, even if they have to do anything to let it happen. Okay, they would do anything to want you to have you. And because you're asking those questions, the connection is already deeper than surface level attraction. So now I need you to say something important. This kind of energy can be flattering, but it also can be dangerous to the person behind it is used to getting what they want. A wealthy or high status person can be emotionally immature. They can still be controlling. They can still treat you like a game or leverage. So the real question is not whether they have money. The real question is whether they have emotional integrity, because if they only know how to pursue true power, secrets you're testing, then you're dealing with a problem, not a partner. Remember that. I'm seeing that some of you have had people in the past who underestimated you. They thought you were just attractive, they thought you were kind, they thought you were easy to read, but then they found out that you actually have depth, discernment, and a strong inner line that does not bend for everybody. Okay? Because you are someone who is bold. Your glow hurts people. Your mind is full of sharp intelligence. You have a fire inside of you that people get obsessed very easily. And that is a part of why this millionaire type is so drawn into you as well. You are not acting impressed. You're not throwing yourself at people. You're not giving your energy freely just because someone has status. That creates a challenge for them, and some of them love a challenge. Especially the powerful person actually love this type of channels. Yes, this type of energies, challenges. That's why maybe they're getting obsessed with your energy and charm. But challenge can turn into obsession if not handled with maturity, and challenge can turn into pursuit, and pursuit can turn into control if a person is not grounded in themselves. So this reading is not telling you to get excited just because someone with money is looking. This reading is telling you to watch the quality of the approach. Are they respectful? Look into it. Are they consistent or direct, or are they only using secrecy and curiosity to keep themselves entertained? Those are very different things. I'm also saying that this person may have an entourage, a network, or a very protected personal circle. They do not let just anybody get close. That means if they are looking at you, they are looking from behind layers. That can make the interest feel mysterious, but it also means the connection may not be simple. You may not even get the full story right away, and that is why your intuition matters most. Okay? You need to listen to your heart is saying. Your intuition is going to be your cosmic sign. Because if somebody is meant for you, your spirit will not have to guess forever. There will be a realness to it. There will be a sense of alignment. There will be a flow, even if it is complex. Even it will still feel honest. It has to feel honest. But if it is built on hidden motive, testing, or ego, your body will know. Okay, so I'm hearing a strong sense of admiration coming from this person. Okay, they admire you a lot. I don't know why I'm feeling this, but they just don't know why they feel so admired towards you. Okay, maybe it's your strong and stubborn personality that attracts them so much. You know, you are a lot stubborn than you come off as, because you doesn't show your cards until and unless you feel very, very, you can say, calm from inside with a certain person in front of you. Until and unless you fully, feel like that, yes, with this person I can be myself. You doesn't lay out your cards. Okay, and that makes the energy even stronger here. Okay, this person does not see you as very charismatic, very desirable, and very difficult to ignore. It's actually this person does see you as someone like that. You may have a lot of people are watching you in silence, but this one stands out because see, they have the capacity to act on what they feel. Some of you may be used to being admired from afar, but this is not new. So, what is different is that this person may actually have the resources, confidence, and private ambition to make a move if they decide you're worth it. But again, worth to who? Worth for what? Worth in what way? You do not want to become somebody's curiosity experiment, right? You do not want to become the thing that chase just to see if they can get it. You want an actual connection or at minimum honest intention. I'm getting this queen's energy here, queen of pentacles, queen of wands, swords energy here, because your energy is loud without being noisy. You are a type of person who will walk into a room and instantly save the temperature. Okay, this that this or that actually that makes people respond to you in extreme. They either adore you, admire you, or feel intimidated by you. And this millionaire energy is somewhere between fascination and caution. They likely feel that you're beautiful, intelligent, and not easy to manipulate. That combination does a number on certain people, especially those who are used to being in control. Okay, they adore you. You have a very cute side to yourself as well. Because now they cannot just walk in and assume access. They have to actually earn your attention. Because you carry this cuteness and this stubborn and strong personality along, with each other. Like, you know, it's it's so amazing to see a person carrying such qualities so perfectly. Okay, so beautifully. That is why there where the effort comes in is that is where the seriousness comes in. That is where you separate real interest from entertainment. I'm seeing that this person may be asking around indirectly, like trying to understand your relationship status, your background, your energy, your character, and whether you are already connected to someone else. They do not want to waste time moving into a situation they do not understand. Actually, this person is quite clever and sharp as well. But there is also a kind of possessiveness energy coming here. Okay, yeah, I'm getting here this energy. See, they crave to feel their body against theirs, and they want to form something new with you. Okay. Once they see something they want, they may not like the idea of competing with others. They may dislike the notion that others can easily approach you, admire you, or have access to you. That can become territorial very quickly if not handled with care. So, I to be very frank, if they come in strong, that does not automatically mean they are emotionally healthy. If they come in calculated, does not automatically mean they're emotionally mature. So, if they come in with gay status or attention, that does not automatically mean that they are safe. Safety is shown through behavior, not presentation. You need consistency, honesty, respect, and emotional accountability. Anything less than that is just glamour on top of instability. I'm also seeing that your aura is not something they can casually shake off. Even if they're not trying to move on mentally, they keep coming back to you. Yes, you pull them back again and again. There is something about your presence that sticks in their mind. Maybe it is the way you look, maybe it is the way you carry yourself, maybe it is the way you do not seem overly available. The kind of energy stays with people. And because this person is used to measuring people, they may also be testing your energy in a subtle way. They may be seeing whether you are impressed, whether you're cautious, whether you are curious, whether you are reachable, whether you're worth building something with. But I need to remind you, you are allowed to be mysterious too. You are allowed to hold back. You're allowed to not answer every silent test. You do not owe anybody proof of your worth. That is the biggest power move in this kind of energy. Do not overshare. Do not overextend. Do not become emotionally available just because someone is watching you with interest. Even if that person is a big sugar daddy or whoever that person is, make them come forward with clarity. Make them speak plainly. Make them show you they can be present without games. Okay, I'm hearing like that this person may be used to moving strategically in other areas of life. That might work for business, that might work in status circles, that might work in controlled environments. But love does not respond well to being treated like a chessboard. Love requires honesty, vulnerability, ability to be seen without trying to dominate the outcome. So, if they are consulting psychics, astrologers, or readers to figure out whether to pursue you, that tells me they already feel the impact of this connection. They already know it is not nothing. Okay? They are not just curious, they're invested enough to want guidance. And that means this may not be a one-off thought. This may be a sustained interest, something that keeps returning, something that has already allowed itself in their mind and will not leave until they do something about it. But then again, the question is whether what they do is healthy. This obsession can look like attention from the outside. It can look like devotion. It can look like investment. But if it is rooted in control, insecurity, or ego, then it is not love you can build a life on. You do not need fantasy, you need substance. So I'm getting that some of you have had to become very self-protective because people did not always handle your lights well. They wanted access to your warmth but not your boundaries. They wanted your softness without your standards. They wanted your body, your care, your attention, but not your full truth. That history matters here because it is easy to get seduced by somebody who looks more serious, more powerful, more intentional than the others. But serious on the surface is not the same as sincere in the heart. So the practical guide here is simple. Let them prove what kind of person they are over time. What's how they handle delayed responses? What's how they can handle not getting immediate access? What's how they handle being told to? What's how they handle you having standards that tells you everything? If they're healthy, they will respect the place. If they're codependent, they will get anxious and overattach. If they're toxic, they will manipulate pressure or withdraw to gain control. And if they're truly aligned, they will bring steadiness with the attraction. That is the balance you want. That is the balance you need. I am also seeing that you may feel their energy to synchronicities. Maybe notice repeated numbers. Okay. Yeah, like 333. You might come across these numbers. Okay. Like 444, 111, 222. This kind of numbers are confirmation from the above. Okay, it tells you about a connection, about certain phases of your life, about your dreams, about whatever you want. You may notice these numbers reference to money, status, luxury, private messages, hidden interests, or people around you acting strangely aware of your presence. That kind of pattern can show up when somebody's attention is active in the background. Okay, background. Proofs, but do not let patterns replace proof. Proof is what they do, not what they wonder, not what they feel in private, not what they ask psychics about, what they do. Because see, a person can consult every reader on art and still not have the emotional courage to show up right. This is important. I'm getting a sense that this person may be both integrated and careful. They may not know if they pursue you, it changes things, it changes their pace, it changes their focus, it changes the sense of control. That is why they may be calculating the move very slowly. But if they take too long, somebody else may enter the picture. And even if nobody else does, your energy does not exist to sit around waiting for somebody to decide whether they are brave enough. Because you have your own ambitions to fulfill. Okay? You have your own life to move ahead. You are not a waiting room. You're not an option. You're not a fantasy to keep on standby. I'm also hearing that this person may be very aware of reputation. They may care how they are seen. They can create a tension between what they feel and what they are willing to admit. They may worry about being exposed as interested, vulnerable, or unaffected by you. That can slow down. Okay? Slow them down. But the more they suppress it, the more intense it becomes. So if they have not moved yet, it is not necessarily because they do not want to. It may be because they're trying to manage like their image, risk, timing, and private desire all at once. That does not excuse stagnation, by the way. It only explains the pressure. Because while they're thinking you're leaving, actually you are growing. You're becoming even more magnetic. You are becoming so much more. Your energy is becoming so obsessive to the wall outside. Okay? That's what you are, and that's what you're becoming. You're becoming powerful day by day. The more they will take their time, it is their loss, not yours. Remember that. Okay? And the longer somebody watches without acting, the more they have to contend with the fact that your life is not on a pause for their convenience. I'm seeing the possibility of a message, however, okay? They might come with a message or a move, expect a bold move soon from this person. Okay, indirect move or bold move eventually becomes direct. Maybe it may start as a curiosity involved into real pursuit. But if that happens, the tone will matter. If they come at you like they're untilted, cut it off. Okay. If they come at you like they're testing your loyalty before proving their own, cut it off. If they come at you like they want to possess your energy but not respect the person, cut it off. Okay, you do not need to negotiate your worth. And I know this energy feels juicy, mysterious, and intense, but a deeper lesson is always your own power. You are the one who decides whether somebody's interest becomes access. You are the one who decides whether attraction becomes a door or just a moment. This is your sovereignty. So it is millionaire energy is real. Let it be real through action. Let it be show up. Let it speak clearly. Let it respect your boundaries. Let it reveal whether it is healthy, codependent, toxic, romantic, or just plain dangerous in the wrong way. Because there is a difference between a person who is integrated and a person who is capable. There's a difference between someone who wants to watch you and someone who is ready to build with you. There's a difference between status and substance. I'm getting that your beauty, intelligence, and drive. Okay, you are much more than you give yourself credit for. Okay, you are a mystery. You are someone who should be pursued. Okay, you are a natural leader. You were so sexy. You were so much more. Okay, you shouldn't just let anyone into your dimension just because they have a little bit of power over there or whatever. So okay, you were a goddess in disguise. Dark goddess, your dark femininity. I'm getting this dark femininity energy coming very strong here, and I'm seeing here that you carry this ancient beauty in your blood. Okay, yes, a drive. Okay, and drive out like you know, you have this beauty, intelligence, and drive. What are the people call? You know, people keep circling you, but your standards are what separate the real from the fake. People can admire you all day, people can look all day, people can fantasize all day, but if they cannot step up properly, then that admiration stays where it belongs, in distance. And that is not your loss. I already told you. That is a protection. I'm also hearing that you have a very pretty, intuitive rhythm people, even if they try to hide things, even if it's personal process, and something feels off in your energy, trust that. Your body will catch what their mouth is trying to conceal. The body never lies before the mind does. That is why intuition has to be in the room first. Like I told you, listen to your heart. If you feel safe, then explore. If you feel manipulated, retreat. If you feel seen, proceed. But if you feel like you are being studied as an object instead of met as a person, do not stay. This is not about fear, this is about discernment. I'm getting one more strong thing here. This person may be very drawn to the challenge of winning over someone who is not easily available. That can be flattering, but it can also mean they are addicted to the chase more than the connection. So ask yourself whether they want you or whether they want the feeling of getting you. Those are not the same thing. And if they're only drawn to the chase, then once you get closer, energy may shift. That is when the real character shows up. That is when the secretive becomes visible, and that is when the romantic becomes possessive. And that is when the admirer becomes a test. So stay awake, stay elegant, stay hard to fool, because your queen energy is not just about being sexy or charismatic. It's knowing about your own worth and not deeming it for anybody, no matter how rich, well connected, or spiritually curious they are. You're not here to be chosen by someone who can't handle the truth of you. You are here to be met properly. And if this person can meet you properly, then let them prove it with consistency, honesty, and action. If they cannot, then all the psychics, all the signs, all the status, and all the hidden admiration in the world do not matter, because your life is not meant to be governed by someone else's hesitation. Your life is meant to be lived in your power, and that is a real message here. You are always a prize, and anybody who wants you has to be worthy of what they're looking at. That's the full truth. So I will be leaving now. This is the entire reading I had for you today. This is the message I got for you today. I don't know whether you will love it or not, but I maybe have gone a little bit brutally truthful here. So I will be leaving here today. So thank you for everything. Thank you and love you so much. Okay. So if you've been here till the end, that I truly appreciate your time and all the investment that you have given me. I will be meeting you with another reading. And if you have felt anything through this reading, any message resonated, or whatever you felt through this reading, whether it ignited your fire, your ambition, or it dictated your story, or it gave you power, whatever you felt, just let me know in the comments. I go through all of them, and I love reading about all of your stories as well. So if you have any questions, private queries, then you can contact me through my email ID or my WhatsApp number. I will be going to give it in the description. Okay, so not much to say in the end. And I only want to tell you this, that shine like you always have been. I will see you next time. God bless you.